Back for another episode, and this time, Garfield the truck is getting some love.
I turned 40 at the end of the month and something changed in my system. I wanted overdrive, power steering, and air conditioner. Usually I just want to go fast, so we're gonna do it and we're gonna enjoy this truck a lot more after it.
Yeah, the drivability is gonna go way up for us. Plus, summer is coming up and we really need this AC blowing cold. So with two big jobs of the power steering and the transmission swap, we're gonna start with the little job and charge that AC. Let's get going. The fine folks at AC Pro reached out to us and asked if any of our vehicles needed charge for the AC system, some good old refrigerant before the Texas summer hits. And we were kind of taking inventory because a lot of our stuff doesn't even have AC, but this truck does. When we built it with a vintage air system back in 2019. So it's been like 4 years. So we are going to add some refrigerant to be sure that this thing blows cold all summer long since we're gonna be driving it more. This is a super techie can because you connect your phone to the Bluetooth system. Then you run your whole recharge process through the Bluetooth. And it's really cool. And it says it works with all vehicles, including hybrids and electric. So if you're wondering, like, will it work with my vehicle? Chances are it will, because they really designed this cool. And from what I understand, the app is gonna walk us through the whole process. So let's get going on that. So to activate the battery in this little machine, gotta pull this tab out. Okay, now that we have the battery activated, let's get this app going. So we're gonna click to connect to the gauge. We got that done. Next, turn on and activate gauge. Oh, there's the blue light. And I'll hit next. Connecting. All right, connection to gauge, that was fast. Next. You're now ready to start the recharge. The process will follow the below steps. Click Next to begin. 1, find port, 2, measure AC system, and 3, recharge AC system. Sweet. All right, hit Next. Choose vehicle. Now, you'll know this is gonna be goofy because this is a really old truck and it didn't have AC, so it's a totally custom application. I'm gonna choose vehicle and just get as close as I can. Chevrolet, I'm gonna go, let's see, 1500, and then 90, because that's the oldest we can go. Next. Okay, now this would be really nice if you had a normal application because it's gonna tell you right where your AC port is, so that's great. With the engine off, open hood and locate the low pressure port. Remove the plastic cap from port and save. Got it. All right, next. Start car and turn on AC. Set fan to highest setting and temperature to coldest setting and turn on recirculation mode. All right, let's do it. Because our shop fills with exhaust fumes, let's not have that happen. Let's open the doors. That'll be better. All right, we'll hit next. Attach hose to port. Got it. System pressure is currently low. Press next. Okay. Remove coupler from low side port. Unscrew gauge from can. Next.
Yeah.
Remove the shipping disc. Next. Screw page back on the can. Okay. Attach hose to port. Pressure is still low. Squeeze trigger to charge. Always be aware of your trigger discipline, everyone. Let's do this. Look, my app tells me to release. That's so cool. 3, PSI are building. It's up to 5 now.
Let's squeeze trigger.
Okay. Release trigger in 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, should I shake it like he's doing in the video? Release trigger now. Okay, it's up to 7. He was shaking it in the little example video.
Yeah, I don't think he was violently shaking it. He was just rolling it back and forth.
Okay, 2, 1. All right. That's up to 9. And this can's getting cold. That's really cool. Okay. Keep going. We got 12.
You keep doing that. I'm gonna go see if it's getting cold inside. I'm curious.
Oh yeah. You can tell how cold it's getting.
Give her one more little shot.
Yep. Oh, there it is. It's in the green now. System pressure looks good. Your system may be blowing colder air now. If not, continue charging carefully. Please note, adding too much refrigerant can cause your system to not function properly.
So we know vintage air likes a low pressure, so we're gonna leave it right there. Check and see if that low pressure hose is cold.
Oh yeah.
The one below it should be very hot.
Yep, it's warm. Now I'm done. I just exit out.
I guess so.
Well done, your recharge is complete. Any remaining refrigerant can be stored in a cool, dry location for future use. That easy. Freaking cool. Quite literally cold. Lots of condensation. Woo. Cool factor. Oh yeah, that's where it needs to be. That's gonna make Texas summer bearable. Sweet. All right, y'all, on to the big jobs. Time for more action. Starting with Driveshaft.
Yeah, we're gonna get this drive shaft out and pull the exhaust, pull the shifter, cross member,
Transmission bolts.
Easy job, very easy.
Easy breezy.
I'm gonna get a wrench, start working on this drive shaft.
Let me put my gloves on so I don't give myself busted knuckles.
Badge of honor.
Kind of nice that our exhaust bolts aren't rusty.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any bad rust on this thing.
Pretty well had it all the way apart over the years.
Oh, I was talking about the oil leak on the transmission.
I was talking about the fact that we freaking restored it in 2019.
Oh yeah.
You know, should be good.
If I'm remembering correctly, this is the first job we've done on the lift, on this lift. It's just been storage.
We've really only used the 4-post to hold stuff. Never really worked on stuff on it.
So I know that this truck's in gear right now, but I blocked the tires up there. So it shouldn't go anywhere, but just keep that in mind if you guys are doing this. When you pull your drive shaft, if the emergency brake's not on, which this truck doesn't have, then you'll possibly roll her off the lift, and you don't want to do that.
No, sounds like a fail video.
Yeah.
This is officially the easiest exhaust bolt removal I've ever experienced.
So I'm gonna climb up here and pop her out of gear, I guess.
Okay.
Still too tall. Where's that step ladder? Make it extra sketchy.
Oh, I can do this. All right. There we go. It's funny. drive shaft is out.
It's out? Well, half of it's out.
Well, the main one.
Certainly missing wrenches.
I know. There's a whole bunch of them in that other Gear Star box. I'm working on the Duramax. Did y'all catch the last episode of the boat engine swap reveal that we're putting a Duramax in our cabin cruiser? We're so freaking excited about it. We really want a Caterpillar diesel swap this truck because it's Garfield. Get it? Garfield cat motor. Aaron loves diesels. I love diesels too, but he's a diesel guy. But that's a pretty lofty dream. Our friends from DeBoss Garage were here and their cat swapped OBS and we were like, oh, we need one. We need one. Hangers.
I would take a look right there.
Oh, no, it's coming out.
I'd be using this if I were you.
I guess I was just kind of wanting to see it come out slowly and then I'd be knowing when it was going to drop. It's out. You're all, the thing probably weighs 4.5 pounds. I don't know why you're so scared of it, Emily. Well, I wasn't scared. I was just being cautious and intentional. Sweet. One exhaust side down. I'll just rip it out. I love Flowmasters. Heck yeah. Transmission bolts.
Yeah, I feel like we need to support that engine somehow, so probably slide that jack back.
Yeah.
Put something under the oil pan.
Alrighty.
I just tried to put the transmission jack under here and it is maxed out. So the truck's got to come down. So got to take this one out from under the engine, lower it down, and then lower the whole truck down.
Taller transmission jack.
Yeah. Now will it work? Looks like it. Okay.
One bolt out. And 2 bolt out. There it is, folks. Cross member is down. Aww. I do like this NV4500. I like the way it operates. I love shifting gears, but in driving the kids' truck with an automatic, it really made us want an automatic in this truck because for a handful of reasons, yeah, it's gonna be better. It's time for you to go, sir. Okay, babe. You ready to take some trans bolts out?
Yeah, should just be 4 of them. I'll work on this clutch hose if you want to do that.
Okay.
But there's something between me and the toolbox.
Yeah, there is, isn't it? We need to put it over there for you?
Nope.
Okay.
Looking for the size?
No, got it. I was just trying to figure out how many extensions I could use.
How about this one?
I think I'm good, but that is an impressive extension, babe.
Well, it's for one job, and that's pulling transmissions out.
That's a funny little clutch fluid catch can there.
Saw it move back.
Separated. Okay, so there's none on the top, right?
No.
Well, dang.
Are you ready?
I'm a little nervous in this one.
Yeah.
It's a big mamba jamba. Oh, heck yeah, heck yeah. Hold on, we got a ground wire here connected to it. There's a little bolt on the top of it, it feels like. I can't feel with my gloves very well.
I think it's 13. I got a wrench.
It sort of seems like it's angled back. Is that how we want it to be?
That's how it comes out of the truck.
Okay.
So yeah, it has to be that way.
Okay. Aaron just said, what are we doing? Lower this down. Now it'll be easier to get to up there. Yay.
Oop.
Oh, getting it out.
That's a bit of an issue
Yeah.
to go up the truck.
Yep.
Okay. Try to do that before we take the bell housing off. Well, it's barely gonna come out,
That's funny. Yeah, dude. It is close.
but it came out.
Well, not too bad. Not too bad. That's awesome. Finley has no cares in the world. Buddy.
With the clutch, then the flywheel, then get a flex plate on it, and put a new transmission in. I can see from back here that intake's leaking across that back. That's a major leak we have, so intake's got to come off. But it's all right, not doing that today.
You did that so fast, I totally missed you removing all the bolts.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm a workhorse.
Yes, sir.
Now we need a flex plate. That looks familiar.
Look at her. This is a 700 R4
Yep.
from Gear Star.
Just like the one we put in the 57, but this one's not quite as heavy duty.
So awesome.
Okay.
Honey, I'm home. We are so blessed to have a Summit an hour away. Okay, it's an hour 20, but yeah. Oh, it's so good. Parts scored. Time to go load up and we'll see y'all back at the shop.
We got back from Summit last night and it was just too late to work. We had other things to do. We picked up this flywheel, SFI, so when this thing goes on drag week, it'll be certified into the 10s. I also picked up these ARP bolts. They're for Chevrolet, what you'd expect, but in case you want a part number, it's 200-2902, and they're really nice bolts. We like to use these when we can. This is a 168 tooth flex plate, which is, I believe, what the old one was, based on my research. I didn't count them before we left, but we're gonna put this thread locker on here. The cool thing is this is a new thread locker and high strength, but it's removable. If you guys have ever dealt with a fine thread bolt that size, you probably know that with like a really tight thread locker, it can actually seize in there and cause problems. So I'm excited to try this stuff out. Hopefully I don't have to take it back out ever again, but if I do, they should come out pretty easy. So we're gonna dope these bolts up, get this thing in there. That way we can throw a transmission up in there because we've got a lot of work to do before the weekend, and this is Thursday morning, Thursday noon, not Thursday morning. Looks like orange candy, but it doesn't taste like it. That was gross. Oh, it's just like a quarter turn thing. That's neat. Okey-dokey. That's kind of cool that it's a gel. I've wasted a lot of thread locker in the past because it drips on the floor because I get overzealous with putting it on there. Awesome. And now ARP also suggests you put a little bit of grease on the flange of the bolt. And the reason they do that is because when you're tightening a bolt, if it starts to like infuse with the other metal gall, you're actually not getting an accurate torque. So you put a little bit of grease on there so that it goes as tight as it needs to be. So we're gonna do that as well, and then I'll see you at the truck. We'll slam this thing in there.
So we've got some bolts started. Pushed it back up in there. Been playing with clearance stuff because on this cross member right here is real close to the pan, but Aaron feels like the engine can go up, so.
If I look at my distance between my headers and that cross member, I think the back of the engine needs to come up. The problem is our jack is maxed out right now. So I'm easing these bolts in, trying to get it to pull up in place. It's mostly in place, but it's just got about a quarter inch at the top where it's not clearing. So I'm trying to ease it up in there. Then I can lift the entire assembly up and we'll see if we have clearance. Okay, so now we got the engine up where I think it's gonna be riding, and we have plenty of clearance. So that's good. We're gonna get the rest of these bolts in here, get them torqued down, and we'll be good to go. On to the next 200 things we have to do, or we'll lose the shop. Heard that somewhere.
This is one good looking cross member.
Yeah.
We got it at Summit, but it's from Hooker. It's a Hooker Blackheart unit.
Yeah.
And dang, this thing is beef. It looks like it needs to go on a way nicer truck.
That's a nice truck. You talking about my truck like that?
That thing is,
Pretty legit.
it's like really pretty. Hopefully it's the right one for this here setup.
We'll find out.
For the old C20. Oh, this feels familiar.
Mm-hmm.
One time you conked me in the face, accidentally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So we have brackets that reach it to the frame?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's nifty. One bolt in. Not too shabby. Does it look pretty sweet? I think it does. Hey, room for the exhaust. Exhaust. Like so.
Yeah.
Getaway hardware. Yeah, quite the collection of. Oh God, I thought that torque wrench was going down. I panicked.
Yeah.
Yep, it's pretty great. These go into holes that already exist in the frame. So that's pretty amazing. Amazing, I'll say.
Yeah, they've got these things cut where there's a lot of options.
Multiple places this bracket can bolt. Variety is the spice of life.
Yeah.
That's what I hear, at least.
I would know. I've been married since I was 17.
Well, we didn't get married when you were 17, you were 23.
Oh.
But we have not had any variety in that part of our lives. You are correct. I wouldn't have it any other way, personally.
I agree. Completely.
Well, you only gave me 2 bolts.
Oh.
Oh, here's more bolts. That mess you up?
No, that one's just not going to go in the hole that's already there.
It's not?
No.
Why?
I can only get one in over here, too.
It can go in one of these others, though. There's a hole right here.
Okay, well, that's fine. My side's not like that.
Oh.
Unless I flip my
Plate?
plate, maybe. I'll try that. Sure would be easier not to drill holes.
Yeah. This one has 2 close holes toward the front. Yeah, your 2 close holes are to the back. Maybe that'll make a difference.
Hopefully.
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
He's cute and funny. Yep, these are the only, okay.
It only needs a couple.
Yeah, well, we got 4.
Mm-hmm.
You already have your tools ready?
No.
No.
I'm just mocking things up. Man, these nuts just keep flying and trying to hit me in the face. It's awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're ready to tighten anything yet.
Well, I'm ready. Okay, we'll wait. We have the cross member mocked in. We don't have bolts tight yet. We wanted to check and see if the drive shafts worked, and they do. But we're out of steam for the day.
Yeah, today didn't go as planned. I realized yesterday when I dropped the drive shaft off, they need both pieces to balance it. So I ran that up there this morning, got back, we threw the transmission in, went to put the cross member in, I bought the wrong one. So we had to go back, pick up our drive shaft, go back to Summit, get a new cross member. That one's gonna work, the drive shaft's gonna work, but it's late, we're tired.
Yep, as y'all know, that's the way things go sometimes when you're working on stuff. So we will see y'all tomorrow. Torque converter bolts are going in.
Yep.
And if you haven't bought a Roxy shirt yet, you better grab one before they're gone.
That's right.
Shout out to our friends at Stan Hopkins. They do such a good job on our drive shafts.
Yep, that's our local place in Dallas, and they've been doing drive shafts for my family ever, as long as I've been alive, so over 40 years. And they do a great job. These drill bits are by Ken Cut, and they are freaking amazing. They're basically a step bit built into a drill bit. I've been using these guys for probably 2 years now. American-made, family-owned business, which is great because it used to bother me when I go to the hardware store. Spend money on all the fancy, carbide or whatever sales pitch they had, and then the bit didn't do any better. But since we've had these, they're freaking awesome. They do such a good job. Drive shaft time.
Front drive shaft is tight. And back one's going in.
We put some lines on here so we make sure that it's in time, and it is. So,
Yeah, they balance them together. We didn't do anything with this rear drive shaft as far as changing it up, but we took it to them. At first we only took the front drive shaft, then they were like, we really like to balance them, so we took this one back so they could balance them.
Yep, now it's time to bolt her up. That's simple. It's tight.
Cracking one open over here.
Today it's black raspberry. LaCroix.
Sounds delicious.
That's right. Bubbles without troubles.
That's right, man. I love when he jumps in the chair. It's funny.
Why?
Okay, so while Aaron finished his beverage, I was looking over the instructions for the shifter because we have a bunch of parts and hardware. Precious little button head bolts. Love button head bolts.
Yep.
And I mean, it looks long, but that's because Locar is like badass at instructions. They do a beautiful job. So we're gonna lower the truck down. At first I was like, let's throw the exhaust in and check that off the list. And Aaron was like, let's finish the transmission install just in case anything needs to be adjusted. So I think that's a good plan.
Yep.
He's real smart.
Yeah, we're going with the floor shifter from Locar. I got that one mainly because it was originally a stick. We don't have the steering column thing. And I wanted one with a button where you got to push the button to get it out of park. So that's what Summit had in stock, and that's what we got. And I think it looks pretty good. So it's one of those that bolts to the floor, not to the transmission. So we'll get that all figured out. I'm going to get Emily on that. She's going to get herself on it, I guess. We're going to lower it down so I can be on a chair, and I'm going to start pulling that steering stuff off so we can move along, because it's 12:30 on Friday and we've got a full weekend of other stuff. We need to get this done.
Yeah, dude. All right, let's lower this big hunk of love and beauty down.
Yep.
And then check the stuff off the list.
Yeah. Let's get going.
Heck yeah.
First nut off the steering. Pop that loose, and then I'll take the steering coupler off up there, get the bolts out of it, and that thing's ready to come down.
Time to get to work in here.
Been on there 100 years. I could get a hammer on the back, I could double hit it, which is really what I've had most success with. Camera girl was on Instagram and it came loose.
I was looking at Finley.
Oh.
I shut the door and he's so cute over here. Finley, pop your head out again. Show them why I was distracted. Where are you, Finn? Finley, you ready? Oh man, he went to sleep. I was not on Instagram, to be clear. But he got it off because he's a badass.
She off. Now these two bolts, then the ones for the box, and it'll fall down and break my toe.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You're distracting me because you're cute. Yeah, you're cute. Think I should come to work? Mm-hmm. Okay. I was working kind of in the dark. I had one light there, but I couldn't see what I was doing, and I remembered that I have these magnetic lights from Bimpac. They're so nice. Now I can see everything. And I need to drill holes to mount it. And Aaron just went under the truck to be sure that my linkage had full rope movement. And it does. So now I'm getting ready to drill me some holes and tighten that down so that I can tighten my set screws for my little mounting brackets, and things are moving. But this looks really good in here. I'm liking it. Pretty sweet. Okay.
Push the bolt down through there.
Yep, coming in with it. I shouldn't have tried that.
I get it.
Going good. Cable is halfway installed. Getting all my bracketry all fixed. This stuff is all loose right now, so I can adjust it and make sure it's where it needs to be. This is fun. All right, the shift cable is connected to the trans gear lever there, and got to get my position for this perfect. It's got to be fully extended. So I'll tighten those down there, and then I'll move on. Alrighty y'all, it is time for me to drill holes for my bracket that holds my cable sturdy. And I've got my carpet pulled up inside the truck so that it doesn't cause me problems. And I want to be sure that it's super straight coming off that lever so that it has the best opportunity to shift smoothly. I think it's right about there, which is kind of nice because it tucks into this little spot. All right, now we have a Roxy GTO touch-up paint pen. I kind of like that right there. Oh, there we go, y'all. That'll do. One done. I have an idea to make this easier on myself. Instead of drilling 2 holes at once and potentially getting them off, I'm gonna put 1 bolt in, tighten it down, and then drill the other hole. Does that sound good, Aaron?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Alrighty, I got that other hole drilled for the shifter, the hold down, and the other bolt put in. So we are checking the shifter off of our list. Now we still don't have a shift boot on the upper part of it, so it's not quite beautified yet, but we are really excited to get the power steering fully installed. So we're gonna lower the truck down and jump over to that. Let's do it. All right, there is some coolant leaking out because Aaron removed a bolt that clearly goes right into a water jacket. So it's pretty funny, but the power steering pump is going on. This is awesome. This power steering is a CPP unit from Summit, and when we were up there grabbing 57 parts one day, we were like, you know what? Power steering is what we need on Garfield. We just grabbed the stuff and we've had it sitting on the shelf ready for whenever we got this thing back on the lift. So we're really excited. It's gonna really make it a joy to drive. When we drive this thing, people smile at us because it makes you smile when you see this truck and then the awesome door art that our friend Tanner did. Now we will be smiling more too because it's gonna be enjoyable. You're doing a fantastic job, Aaron.
Oh, thank you. That's exactly what I was just telling myself.
Yeah.
I can imagine that life. You can let go of it, probably.
It's kind of wanting to fall.
Okay.
Want me to keep holding?
You
want it to fall. Definitely gonna need a jug of coolant after it leaks all that out. All right, just got the pulley on down there. Now he's gonna play with this belt. Probably need to run and get one, but we're gonna see what it's looking like. Alrighty, we took ourselves a quick run to the parts store and we got lots of belts just to have options. And this is the one, the length that we are trying right now. Too long. Okay, we shall keep trying. That is why we got options. Yep. All right, moving on to 56 1/8. Let's see how that one does.
Yes.
Yeah, sweet. All right, getting her lined up. Okay, Aaron's handed me the torch. I handed him the camera. He handed me hoses. So I'm gonna go under the truck and find where these install and toss them in. Abracadabra, and I'm tightening them. Poof! All right, those are tight. Both lines are tight, and now we can tighten up the bolts on the actual pump itself and add fluid. Oh my goodness. All right. Aaron just tightened his bolts.
There's a creeper making that noise.
Yeah, right. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
He just tightened his bolts, and I think it's time to add some light and power steering fluid. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I put the trans cooler off the 57. You know, I had it just strapped to the frame. I did the same thing here because the transmission was set up to where it needed the factory lines, and we didn't have the factory lines. So I'm gonna have to get those. But for now, I'll just put the trans cooler on there and we're gonna zip tie it up again. Not gonna get on the highway or anything like that. We're just gonna make sure it shifts and whatnot. Then we'll come back and properly fab up a nice trans cooler. But for now, let's get some fluid in it. Then we'll tighten this alternator belt, and then we'll be on to, I gotta put the AC belt on before I can tighten the alternator belt. But anyways, let's get some fluid in it.
Of course, going with the Peak power steering fluid.
Right.
Peak Squad. Yeah, dude.
That lid barely comes off.
Yeah, there is not a lot of clearance underneath that alternator bracket, but we're gonna make it work. Aaron's gonna make it work, because that's what he does. He's a freaking boss.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. It is exhausting. I mean, it is exhaust time.
Wow.
Rock and roll.
Yep. Oh, that was easy.
Greatness. You're doing awesome.
Thank you. I think that's it. All right, I'll tighten those front bolts and go to the next side. Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay, it's coolant time because we're about to crank this thing. And it's late, so thankfully this has got exhaust on it now because we'd be waking up the neighbors. I'm gonna make a mess if I don't get a funnel. I'm gonna get a funnel. Sounds pretty empty still. Alrighty, Aaron's in the truck and it is time to crank it up and let it run for a little while just to check the belts, make sure we don't have any leaks.
Yep, I'm making sure it's in park. I'm holding the brake real good in case it's not.
Not seeing any drips. That's coolant in that cross member. Tires are turning.
Got a lot of air in the system we got to get out.
Maybe add some more fluid.
Check it in a minute.
No fresh drips.
Yeah, we'll check the fluid now.
I do see it bubbling out the lid.
Okay.
It looks like.
Yeah, we'll leave that lid off.
Yeah, because it might be needing to release
Yeah.
pressure from the air being in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should I take the lid off now?
Yeah.
The lid is off now. Or it's not off, but it's loose.
Okay. Need some juice.
P.S. I'm sorry that the camera is shaky. The gimbal died. It's like 11 p.m. and the gimbal only wanted to work until 5 p.m. And then now it's dead, so I'm hand holding it all.
Fine with me, I'm not watching it.
Oh dear. Yeah, so it was making some noise, like it needed more fluid.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit to get it all through
Work
the
the
system.
air out, yeah. But there is like no play in the steering now. And we had put a new manual steering box on it when we built the truck in 2019, but it's
Oops.
still had play.
Has
And
enough now.
plenty of fluid.
I even
now.
put a little extra in it.
Yeah, you did. Now when I look for leaks on the floor, I'm gonna be confused.
Oops.
What? No frickin' way. Look. Used to? Now. What a dream. Oh.
Put your brake in and see if it'll go in reverse. Just don't drive it off the lift.
So the lift is on the, resting on the locks, that's okay?
I think it's fine. We're not moving the truck. We're just going to see if it engages.
Okay.
Straighten your steering wheel though.
What is straight? I felt it.
Yeah. Now try drive.
Neutral. Yep. Dude. That shifter feels nice. Reverse. Neutral. Oh, drive. Wow. Oh. Okay. That's just so cool, man. You guys Well, y'all, it's late, as mentioned. It's like 11 o'clock at night, and we really want to go test drive this thing, but we're pooped. And we have a bunch of tools to put away, and we don't want to shoot sexy rollers at nighttime. So we will see y'all tomorrow for a test drive. Okie dokie, time for some more action.
Yep. Stopped by O'Reilly this morning and I got this handful of metal. It's got some bolts in it.
Linkages.
I think that's going to assist us in hooking that kickdown cable up. So that's what's next because we want to go drive this thing.
I cannot freaking wait. It's going to be so rad. AC blowing cold in our face, steering with one finger, and putting it into gear and not having to touch a gear shifter.
Yes.
Wow.
We're going to touch a gear shifter, but we're not going to touch it multiple times throughout the drive cycle.
I do love a third pedal. Y'all know this.
Yeah, we love sticks.
Love sticks, but it's going to be really nice to drive something like this that's like heavy. It's not exactly one of the fun ones to drive a stick in. It's like
something that
awesome.
just as I've aged, I'm starting to realize in my dailies, especially if it's a work truck where I'm backing up to trailers, hooking them up, moving them, all that, pulling boats out of the water, man, auto's just the way to go. And we have one now, so let's get it hooked up and functioning right. That way we can blast off into this Sunday sunset with air conditioner.
All the things.
That goes there.
Oh wow, it landed there all bolted up.
Yeah, that's it.
How cool is that? I mean, this dude's awesome. Look, you just threw it at the engine and it's attached and all adjusted. And now, kickdown cable is done. Time to toss that breather back on and move on to the next. Need to flip the lid on that bad boy, get some more air in there.
That's right.
Performance mod.
Whoa. That's what it does when you flip it. Let's lift this thing up in the air. We're gonna go over our transmission bolts, make sure everything's tight. We got a bolt to put through the dipstick, got a ground wire to put on, then check the fluid and go drive it.
Heck yeah.
Can we go yet? No clutch.
No clutch. This is awesome.
Roll the window up because I got the AC going.
Oh yeah, the AC feels good.
Nice cold air.
Need to put my shift boot on there.
Yeah. It's already so much better.
And the power steering. Ooh! How cool. Just give it gas.
Yep. First time on a real road. See if the transmission works.
Oh man. Oh, the shifts are so smooth and nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It is so good.
Third gear.
Oh,
Fourth
such
gear.
a nice smooth shift.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing.
Air conditioner's working.
Yep.
I think I got my steering wheel off.
Yeah, you did.
Feels so weird not having to shift.
Switch drivers?
If you'd asked me that a week ago, I would have been like, heck yes, but
A
now
little reluctant?
I'm kind of enjoying driving it.
Oh my God, I just, I pushed the clutch when I grabbed the shifter. That power steering is so awesome. Oh my gosh, Garfield. I have a new love for him. So good. Oh yeah.
Let's do a U-turn. That'll really test out the add-ons, because that used to be painful trying to do a U-turn.
So true. With all the lack of power steering and manual shift, yeah, here's a good turnaround up here. Oh my gosh, that is so nice. Aww. Well, I would say that project was a success. All three of our things really improved the quality and the user friendliness of the truck, and I really love that.
Yeah, I think it's great. Automatic transmission, we've got overdrive. There's no way to explain how difficult it was to drive this thing. I mean, it took both of my arms as hard as I could pull to turn it sometimes. And if you're in a tight spot, like you're backing up to a trailer, it was just a complete pain in the butt. So now it's good, we got AC, it's easy to drive. I think we're gonna use this truck a whole lot more than we did before.
Yep, I love it. What do you guys think? Do you like the truck? Do you think the mods that we did are good? We always love y'all's feedback, and we're so grateful for you guys supporting and liking, sharing, commenting, grabbing some merch. Anything helps us. So Thank y'all so much, and we will see you on the next episode.